Oh, good evening and welcome back to Rangers Radio. I'm myself, Fox. You're on the post-match show with my mate Fox and Bridgman. Evening, gents.
Evening, guys.
Evening, guys.
I'm expecting a busy show. I'll give you my thoughts first and then briefly and then bridging in your good self, Fox. Some excellent football first half, poor decision-making final third, totally dominated, should have had the game finished. All the refereeing decisions, all the controversy should have been put out the game. We only get ourselves to blame, shot ourselves in the foot. Second half, we huffed and puffed. I don't think their goalie had a save to make in the second half. Again, decision-making poor. Some nice football at times, great forward play, link-up play, but the final third, very, very poor. Mugged again by the Hibs, one each. If it had been a boxing match, it would have been stopped after half an hour. Bridgeman?
100% agree with you. I think that from a footballing perspective, I thought we were absolutely outstanding in the first half. They got through twice. In my opinion, they got through twice and caused danger. Other than that, in the first half, we should have steamrolled them. Score-wise, we should have scored 4 or 5 goals. Dead easy. But we got one. And I thought that based on the way the pitch was playing and the way things were probably going to turn, for goodness sake, we should have brought some more defensive muscle in, another defensive midfielder, and maybe swap some over, because that pitch was really telling on the legs for sure. So I thought they should have done that and left Arfield off, because I don't think Arfield was available in his head to do very much. But I have to say, I'm pleased. I'm actually pleased that we got out there with a one each, because the way they were going, the momentum was running with them. And they're just
Alan McGregor was maybe your best player.
Absolutely. I thought he was man of the match for us.
Anyway, Fox, come with your views, mate.
Can't disagree with what you said, but this is a consequence of what's happened all season. We play one good half, one bad half. I was very worried coming up to half time, mate, when we hadn't scored, because I had this feeling in my stomach that that's exactly what happened. We can blame the referee, we can blame everybody else on the officials. If you can't put the ball in the net with the amount of chances we had tonight, we didn't deserve it.
I mean, Candias, a wonderful finish, a wonderful goal. And then the times he puts the ball too forward, does he get it in the box? I found some of him and Kent's delivery at times. Sometimes brilliant, but consistency you need. Anyway, we've been joined by the first caller of the evening. It's JFK. Evening, JFK. How you doing, mate? I hope it's not put you off your grey goose, mate.
No, it has not, mate. But I can agree with everything you said there, mate. We shot ourselves in the foot there. You know, we could blame the referee's decisions.
There was some poor decisions you could argue about.
But we can't make that the reason why we come away with a rubbish result tonight. The crossing of the ball, Kent, Candias, Tavernier for the goal was very busy. Left us exposed. The finishing was, I know there was some major defending that the spoon burners were doing that, and credit to them for that in parts, you know, but some of your finishing was woeful. Arfield shouldn't have come out the second half. It's just an all-round performance. I think we all doing deep down, we all thought it wasn't going to happen for us tonight, and we were all hoping that, you know, we were making predictions about how we thought the game would go, but mate, first half I thought we were...
If it was a boxing match, it stopped at half an hour, mate.
The first half we were excellent. Even better than excellent. Some of the best football I've seen Rangers play in a long, long time. We just didn't have that final third. You know, it's disappointing, you know, because they weren't even in the game. But in the last 10, 15 minutes, they looked as if they could steal it. You know, we were all over the place. But I'm sorry, but the gaffer made a boo-boo the night there. He should have replaced Arfield. And I agree with Blue Star. I'd included Lafferty on the bench tonight. It might have gave us something.
I've heard that he had a knock, mate. So let's
Ah, well, if that's the case, then, okay.
Let's wait and find out before then.
Yeah.
We'll judge the gaffer on that one. Anyway, Bridgeman, if people want to join us, tell us how they do it.
They can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online. The phone will ring once or twice and then it'll cut off. And Foxy or Old School Blue will bring you in and look after you.
All right. Well, we can't overreact. I think we'll give ourselves a mountain to climb. There'll be a lot of controversy talked about the game, but let's the night just stick to our performance, and we can talk about other stuff as the week progresses. But I thought the boy Kamara was. I would have gave him man of the match personally. Fox.
Definitely.
Easily man of the match.
I thought in the first half he was that wee triangle, Arfield, Kamara and Jack were absolutely brilliant. They dominated the play going forwards. They killed any attacks that Hibs had in the middle of the park, and it worked really, really well. Mm-hmm. As I say, it's down to chances, Ox. If you don't take your chances, you don't get the points.
Spot on, mate.
Yeah.
We've been joined by our second caller. Evening, Rudy Bear. Evening, Rudy. I hope it's not put you off your food.
Rudy.
Oh, yes.
He's doing a bridge. He's doing a bridge.
Is he? Well, he's having a rant. He's having a rant.
Can I come in there?
Hello. Can you hear me?
You're having a rant there and we couldn't hear you.
Maybe,
You're doing a bridge.
Right,
there,
thanks for the call.
It's very disappointing, Ox, isn't it? Same old story. Nobody able to take their chances. Should have been 3-4-0 up by half time. The game should have been done. You can talk about Stephen McLean. Let me just get this out of the way. Right? Stephen McLean's a coward. That's exactly what Stephen McLean is. Stephen McLean knows fine well if he makes a decision that seems to benefit Rangers in any way, he's going to be all over the papers and the media outlets for a week. And he knows that. And he's an absolute coward of a referee, Stephen McLean.
Yeah, there was a couple of decisions in there, mate. I wouldn't argue with that.
Oxtear, that aside, his pathetic decision-making aside, the chances we'd had in that first half, the game should have been wrapped up by half-time.
I've got to be honest with you, see if we go 2-0, we may slightly win 4 or 5.
Absolutely. But some of the decision-making in the final third of the park was very poor. You know, no one able to get the ball far past the first one. I mean, Candace's goal was an absolute beauty of a goal, so it was. You know, but the game should have been wrapped up by half-time. And I don't care what anybody says, Ox, that's the league title gone tonight.
Aye, mate, I'm sure we'll do that.
I think you thought that anyway, Rudy. I didn't think you. I thought you thought that Rangers were never going to go that far. Now.
I think 2 games against them, we're sitting 8 points behind them.
Yeah,
right.
Just not going to happen.
Okay, right. So let's just keep this going here. We've still got 2 games against them. We need somebody else to do us a favour. But 10 points, they'll win tomorrow. 10 points for me is just too much. It's too
I think you're right, Rudy. Anyway, we've been joined by Blue Star. Evening. Welcome back, Blue Star.
Evening, Ox. Evening, guys. I just listened to Stevie G there, and she was asking him about the referee and some of the decisions. He says, look, I'm not talking about any decisions. He says 5 of them. He says, I want to talk about one. He says the move on Candace, he says, before the goal, he says, was an out-and-out blatant foul, 5 yards in front of the referee. He says, I'm raging. He says, the ref seen it. He says, because I asked him. He says, and he never gave it. He says, they let them carry on up the field. He says, they scored a goal. He says, I've no complaints. He says, you get maybe away with that 1 game a season. He says, we've had 5 or 6. He says, we've simply not been good enough. So, fair play to him. He knows the score, but I would take issue with him. Again, with what JFK said, Arfield, after 5 minutes at the start of the second half, I'm sorry. If guys aren't producing, they shouldn't be out there. He should have been off the park and he should have been replaced with another player. Without a shadow of a doubt, he was totally anonymous the second half. Anonymous.
I agree with you, Blue Star, 100%.
And we know that we're capable of playing good football, but there's games where if we're going to struggle, you've got to get guys out there that are going to produce. It's not about producing for 20 minutes in a game or one half and no producing a second half. And I'm sorry, we've had 2 or 3 players that have been guilty at most of the season. You're getting wee glimpses of them here and there, but they're not producing for 90 minutes. And I'm sorry, unless we've got world-class superstars, we can't afford that. We've got to get better players. It's as simple as.
Blue Star, I think we ran out of legs 15 minutes into the second half. That's what I think. In midfield, I think we actually started to run out of legs.
Well, Bridge, he keeps telling us we've got 2 players for every position. We know that's
yes,
not
I know,
true.
pal. I know.
Because there's certain players there that are not good enough, and it's got to be changed. It has to be changed for next season, because this season's going. We've got the Cup to play for on Tuesday, but I'm afraid I agree with the guys. The league, oh no, it's gone. Definitely gone.
Can I just, how can I say this? I know we're going to be really disappointed anyway, no matter what, but I can't believe that we didn't step up and play on in the second half, change 1 or 2 and just get out there and hold on to what we've got and let it go. And we needed fresh legs. It's a crap pitch, heavy pitch, you name it. They were booting us all over the pitch, and we weren't getting anything off the referee in that way. And telling you, seriously, that should have been a Rangers victory. Even get there and hold the 1-0. Nah, we couldn't do that. We couldn't do that.
Exactly.
I mean, they changed their setup in the second half. GFK, I don't know if you noticed the way they started playing. They sort of played a 4-4-2, and we were running amok in the first half.
Yeah,
they brought 3 into the midfield, and I feel playing in that cheating position. Yeah,
that's what
he's playing in that cheating position, and then all of a sudden we were outnumbered because they had 3 up against 2 or 2, and that's when we didn't react, mate.
That's what I say. The first 5 minutes, same as what Blue Star said there, it was very, very noticeable. And he should have made that change. If he wasn't going to make the change at half time, he should have made it within that 5 or 6 minutes of the second half. Because, I mean, we're all shouting at the television, probably the same as all you guys here, and the calls here in the lobby, you know. And it was there to see they changed the way they were playing, but we didn't have a good defensive midfielder in there. Our field was very, very poor in that position tonight for us, so he had to change it, and he didn't change it. And we can criticise Stevie Gerrard all we want for the way he set the team out in the second half, but he's a manager and we've got to put trust in him. But we're all down here, and it's disappointing, you know. We're
down because there's only one. See tonight, we can argue about substitutions, we can argue about referees, but it was the players on the park who weren't clinical enough.
100%.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And their reaction in the second half was better than ours. It was the old proverbial saying, Oxy, it was a game of 2 halves. I don't use it. We were absolutely, I thought it was brilliant in the first half. Some of the football we played was absolutely awesome to watch, and I don't say that lightly. In the second half, it was a totally different Rangers. And I would say that would be 95% down to the way we played, not the way Hibs played.
But Jimmy, we bring in 2 guys here, and we know they're on hefty wages. We know that for a fact. Now, we knew that was for a push for this second half because we'd got ourselves up to the summit. We were lying first. And since we went first, since we beat them in the 29th, let's be honest, we know we won 3 games and we'd scored 14 goals against 3 of the so-called poorer teams. Yeah. When we've been up against the so-called better half of the teams, we've failed miserably. Let's be truthful. We can't kid ourselves on. We've failed miserably. And the 2 guys that he brought in that were going to give us that wee final push, they've hardly kicked a ball. Aye. Now, we got to the stage where it's all right being wise after the event. I accept that, guys. But we've all been saying it all season. We can't keep relying on one guy to put the ball in the net for us. We just can't. We should be far better than that. Yeah. And Alfredo was rubbish tonight. Let's be truthful. He was rubbish.
He was poor tonight. He was poor. Well, he wasn't poor, but he wasn't. The game didn't suit him because we were that much in top.
How many shots did Fred have in goal tonight?
But 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And he screwed them. The goal was saved one. He screwed one wide. Flick for our field.
So that tells its own story. Then you know what happened with him tonight. It's a poor game, you know. And as Blue Star said there, we can't. I mean, although we revere him as the striker that we know he is, but we can't expect him to do every game for us, you know. The gaffer should have maybe changed it. Maybe brought the phone a bit earlier. We'll never know now because the game's done. But as I say, the old saying, game of 2 halves definitely. First half, I thought we were going to roast these guys. But didn't happen for us. So, like Rudy and I think what the rest is, we were all saying here last night, and George's voices are ringing in my ear, saying, no, I mean, never give up. And we'll never give up. But at the same time, it's done now.
Games, but it becomes an even bigger game on Tuesday, Rudy Bear.
Huge. Absolutely huge. You said last week, I think it was maybe Monday or Tuesday or something. These two games, tonight's game and Tuesday night, were absolutely huge because they were going to be defining our season. These two games, there's the league gone now. Simple as that. It doesn't matter what anybody says, the league gone now. 10 points will be way too much. 8 points was bad enough, but 10, we're not going to manage it. If we get the same kind of performance in front of goal as we got tonight, God knows what will happen on Tuesday night. But if we don't get through, we don't progress in the cup, there's going to be a lot of very unhappy Bear Sox there, unfortunately, because it's just not good enough. It's just as simple as that. It's not good enough. And Blue Stars, right? See, if these players are not up to putting in a good push in the second half of the season, then come summertime, it's time to get rid of some of them and start looking at other players. Sorry, mate. As far as competing with Celtic go to win a league title, these players just don't look like they're capable of doing it. Great result.
Bridgeman, you're a natural leader. You would be somebody I wouldn't mind if I was in the trenches. You'd be there because I could hide behind you. Ready? Do we lack that leadership on the part? Tav, he's a consistent player for us. He does a lot of good things. Obviously, his assists, his penalty kicks. Might have been fouled the night for a goal. I've only seen it the once personally. I don't know if anybody else has seen it again. And then when he does get fouled, he's up apart and he's way out of position when they score the equaliser. But we lack leadership to me, it looks like, on the park.
I think our captain, Tavernier, I've said this for a while, he's the one, I'm not going to call him a weak link, but when he's attacking and he loses the ball, sometimes he gets challenged for the ball like he did tonight. I didn't know if it was a foul or not, to be perfectly honest. Did anybody else think it was a foul?
Yeah, it was a foul.
You thought it was a foul, but okay, he doesn't get it.
Once, Jimmy, live. I've not seen it since. I
haven't seen it since. So as far as I'm concerned, he gets challenged in a really meaty game. He gets challenged and he sits there and batters the ground. And meanwhile, the boy's, by the time he gets on his feet, the boy's 40 yards away from him. And he's the right back. I'm sorry, and the captain, he shouldn't be sitting. He just shouldn't be sitting in his arse and worrying about why the referee never gave him it.
Everybody was watching it there on the Mutton and all them and Ali McCoy's and that. They're the same. And the referee said that the video referee that they have said it was a foul on him. So, but that's
football, Jimmy.
That's football, and then I mean. We've all had our say on Big Tav and that, and I've got my own feelings on him. I know Foxy's a fan of his and that, but I'm a fan of in my own way, but he's not a leader. But look, a leader tonight, maybe no a goal is what we wanted, but we just didn't have the finish at the end of it. And but again, Blue Stars say there, we're relying too much on the one guy. That's what we're doing, and he had a terrible game tonight, Fred. And the crossing of the ball tonight, I can't believe the amount of crosses.
Terrible.
Better at Murrayfield, never mind a football park.
Get yourself in mute. We're going to hear from your manager, Stephen Gerrard, MBE.
Stephen, I guess same as the last time you rode, you've dominated the game, but only coming away with a draw. How do you look back on it?
I feel as if we dominated the first 55, 60 minutes. I don't think we dominated the whole game. I thought we were outstanding first half. We looked so dominant. We looked as if we were going to go and put the game away very early. But again, we paid the price for not showing enough quality or composure, or not showing enough killer instinct in the final third. We created chance after chance after chance, but only managed to go in at half-time 1-0 up. Which is criminal, really, because the game should have been done and dusted. So we've got ourselves to blame. We've shot ourselves in the foot. We've stopped playing in the second half. The game was a bit more up and down. And you always know the home team are always going to have maybe 1 or 2 or 3 opportunities, which Hibs did, and we paid the price because we weren't ruthless enough in the first half.
Is that therefore the key learning point you'll take away from tonight, the fact you've got to take these chances?
No. We have to realise that, you can have one of these a season, maybe two. You'll get away with one, maybe two. But for this has happened 5-6 times now, so it's my responsibility. I'll take the blame, and it's an interesting challenge for me moving forward to try and improve the quality in the final third, or find different solutions in the final third.
What are some of the other positives you'll take away from tonight?
None.
Simply because it's a draw rather than a victory?
Yeah. Hibs have took 6 points off us. I think it was clear in the first half there was a gulf in class. But we haven't learned from previous games against Hibs, and tonight again it's deja vu for the third time.
On then to another huge game on Tuesday. It'll be a great night, Ibrox, and one where you'll be hoping your players show the quality they do have. It'll
only be a great night if we win. I'm very frustrated and disappointed in tonight's result, especially after the amount of quality we showed in the first 45. I'm finding it hard to find reasons. But yeah, it will be a fantastic night, but only if we get the job done.
A very honest assessment for your manager. George, welcome back, mate. How we doing?
How you doing, boys? All right?
Hey, George.
By the way, boys, I'm absolutely devastated. I thought we were excellent tonight. Again, we can pick faults here, there and everywhere. People are at fault for a goal when people are out of position and things like that. I thought we were excellent tonight. I genuinely did. I thought we were excellent tonight. We played enough football to win 2 or 3 games tonight, in my honest opinion.
First half, George.
George, not in the second half, pal.
First half of the game should have been out the way, but that's the point of the matter, eh?
Aye. If it had been a boxing match, George, would have been stopped after half an hour.
Should have been 3 or 4 in the first half, and that's the game out the way. They've no reason to come back in the second half, folks. We shot ourselves in the foot. For all that good play in the first half, we were about anybody in that first half, and we just couldn't get the ball in the box. People are talking about Defoe and things like that. I mean, I don't think that was the problem. The problem for me is we can't finish teams off, and that's been the problem all season. Whether it's we've got too many young guys in the team, too many people with no experience. I don't know what it is, Ox, but we should have had like you said, if it was a boxing match, that would have finished the first half, and we would have come out and took the 3 points in the second half, no bother at all. But for me, we've absolutely shot ourselves in the foot yet again. Absolutely gutted by that today, because I honestly thought we were excellent in the first half.
I would put some lovely stuff, mate. Lovely stuff. You know, but it's quite funny that the goal we got came from a strange linesman's decision, and they missed a sitter.
Aye.
Yeah. They did a great chance, didn't they?
We broke up apart and scored a good goal, but my frustration for that was with Candias. He done that, and then I don't think he got another cross in the rest of the game.
Oh, come on, let's be honest.
Was terrible.
Crossing was dreadful.
Yeah.
It was dreadful, and this is I like that.
Rudy, it wasn't dreadful. It was garbage.
Garbage.
There you go.
I think he's a fantastic wee player. You know, I think the energy he puts into the game's fantastic. But I don't know what it is with him. You know, he has these games where he just can't cross for toffee, and I don't know why. Because he's such a good wee player, you know, at times. You know, see when he's really on his game, you'd think back to some of the crosses he's put in for Morelos this season to score. You know, he's put in some fantastic crosses, but then he has a game like he did tonight. He scores a beauty of a goal, yet he can't get the ball by either. Can't get it past the first man, or it's blutered way out too far out of the bar and all sorts of stuff. And it's just very frustrating, because we need more wide men to get the ball into the box to create the chances. But in saying that, Ox, George is right, and Jimmy and Blue Star, the game should have been finished by half time. It shouldn't have mattered.
Our corner kicks were very poor and all. Some of the corner kicks were absolute, and I'll just use Oxford's word. They were garbage. There was nothing in them. You know,
I'm not blaming that word on here.
You know, and for Kent and that to put crosses there like that. Corner kicks was absolutely rubbish. And Halliday, he got in it and all. He hit
the first man about 3 in a row. He did.
Oh my God! So
and then he put one miles away.
It was. I know we're all down here, and we know we should have won the game first half. You know, and You could hear, but the manager was short and shrift there. He wasn't happy. His interview lasted, 2.5 minutes, and usually he'll lyrically he'll be there for about 3 or 4 minutes, but he knows that we're all disappointed, and he obviously is disappointed as well. But we need to be better than that. That was really, really poor. So it was great that Fred signed an extension to his contract, but I keep saying we can't keep relying on him. We need better for next season.
Can I come in on that, Oxter?
Of course you can, Bridgman.
I just want to say that when you look at Hibs were getting an absolute doing in the first half. An absolute doing. They get into their penalty area twice or something in the first half. And yet, they made some fabulous blocks, made themselves available to make the blocks. Never gave up that way in that sense. So hats off to them, apart from the ones that were snidey tackles. And I thought in the first half we could have had a penalty. Morelos got bumped in the back, and it could have been a red card as well, to be honest.
Rich, we done that. If we're honest with ourselves, we done that a couple of games in Europe. We took a hiding for 70 odd minutes, and then we run up the park and scored. It's about playing the game for 90 minutes.
That's what I'm saying, Blue Star. I think we have to remember that team, Hibs, although we were batting lumps at them, they still done well. They get in, they got their blocks and their tackles in, which most people would be happy with. That their defence could do that. Our defence, for some reason, and I don't know what it is, but there's something in our centre halves. They seem to falter. Right?
They're not strong enough.
I don't think they're strong or fast enough. I don't think they've got. Look, we're growing as a team. We're growing, and the players are good. So all over the park, we've got real good quality players in our team, right, in our squad. But at the back, we don't. We have similar pace teams, players. There are similar heights. That wee guy just battered Golson tonight. Straight stud down the front of his leg, and he never done it. Did none to him. He should have booted him right out of the
You got
park.
one thing right last night. You remember you mentioned the guy Gray, our players will need to watch. Well,
Absolutely,
I'll tell you
pal.
something. Without going on about the referee, goodness me, how many fouls did that guy do before he even get booked? It was absolutely unbelievable.
One of the dirtiest players in his professional football. That guy.
He should have got the park tonight, so he should have. It should never have stayed on the park.
Absolutely.
He should have been. But my frustration with young Kent tonight was he had him on toast and then he stopped getting by him.
Yep.
He had him on toast.
A good point you make, Cox. I don't know what's wrong with Kent now, because he seems to have gone off the boil a wee bit. He's a fantastic young player. And I would really like to see us keep him next season if there's a possibility of that. But certainly he seemed to stop playing tonight. But then he wasn't the only one. I mean, you heard the manager there. That's 5 or 6 times this season we've done that. I mean, we've not managed to see teams out, see games out. It's just not good enough. It's not how you win a league title. And I don't know if the players are up for winning a league title. If they keep that kind of performance up, then it's not good enough. We're not going to win a league title with players if they keep playing like that, if they keep dropping these points. I mean, there's 6 points Hibs have taken off us. And in each of these 3 games, Ox, I think you said it yourself the other night about the other 2 games against Hibs, we were the better team. We just couldn't put the ball in the net. Well, there you go. There it happened again tonight. 6 points dropped.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's so annoying.
I'm going to say that's slightly different for us, Rudy. And Bridgman will maybe know where I'm coming from. When you're 1-0 up and you're so far ahead, the basic should be clean sheet.
100%. 100%. If it was me, if I was anywhere near the manager or the coach, I would have had another defensive midfielder in. Definitely. Shore it up because they're going to come at you. Absolutely going to come at you.
Well, that's where they changed it in the second half, Bridge.
Absolutely, pal.
That's what we were all saying. Myself and Blue Star said that right away at the start of the show. The fact is that he didn't change it. They changed it the way they wanted to operate their midfield. And we should have then said that we needed a decent defensive midfielder in there. And he didn't change it.
Yeah, we should have counteracted their movement, didn't they?
We didn't, mate.
Yeah.
And that stuck out. So, no, we can criticise the manager, I suppose, in an aspect that he didn't see that we all saw.
No, the manager's fault tonight, mate. Kim should have been.
No. I never said it's the manager's fault. What I'm saying is, we could all see sitting there watching it, Oxia. That I mean, we're only common people. We're Rangers fans. We're watching it, and we can read the game. So how could he not read that? You know that's annoying. I'm not criticising him. I mean, it's not as if Steven Gerrard's not going to be here next season. Of course he is, and I hope he's here the season after that.
And you'll
The
get
fact
better.
of it, he just
You'll
didn't
get
see
better,
what's
but we have to
happening.
learn. I mean, don't say we're common, mate. I thought I was working class till I met Fox, and I realised.
Very good. Oh, brilliant.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
You can't beat that, can you? No, you can't beat that, pal. Seriously.
Rudy Bear.
Yeah.
I was frustrated with the wide men tonight because he done some really good things, and see when Kandé scored that goal, it made me even more frustrated, if that makes any sense.
Aye, of course it does, because it was an absolute cracker of a goal, Ox, wasn't it? He took it so well, left foot, curled it right into the top corner. What an absolute beauty of a goal it was. You thought he'd have gone from that, scoring that goal, going on from strength to strength after that. Yeah, as the boys were saying earlier there, some of his crossing was woeful at times. And I don't know where his head was, because it's a kind of performance that is frustrating when you watch it. You can see what he's capable. We know what Daniel Kandé is capable of doing. Yeah, he just, apart from the goal, he never really, he had a good first half, obviously, did some good stuff. But the final third, once again, let us down the night. I know you could talk about the defence and the goal that we lost and Tavis sitting in his backside and, you can be critical of that. But I can't help thinking that once again we've lost the game, Ox, because we couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. There's several chances should have been put away, and this is the third time. And they have to say, Steven Gerrard mentioned it in his interview, his post-match interview there. This is the third time Hibs have done that to us. And they don't seem to have learned anything from it, from the previous games.
And not even normal chances, Rudy. Right good ones.
Very good chances that you would expect quality players
to put away.
Yeah, you'd expect not to put them in the back of the net, Blue Star. You're right, mate. They were great chances. It wasn't even like they were really struggling at the time and only had a couple of chances. They were all Hibs in that first half. They were absolutely playing them off the park. Yeah. And that's why it's so frustrating, as you say. Great chances. Game should have been done by half-time. It should have been wrapped up by half-time.
KFK, if we get a problem, we can only play the one way.
Yeah, well, I think we have, mate, aye. Is it the way the manager can only play?
No, I don't think it's the way he wants to play.
Well, is that, well, can we play 4-4-2? Can we play 3-5-2? I mean, he's got to try and change it some way. There's no use bringing guys like Defoe just to sit on the bench and just bring him on, here and there. Stephen Davis is a, shall we say, a disaster as it stands now. And he's a guy that the buck stops at, the manager. But I think that the way we're playing the new is one way and one way only for him. But come Tuesday night, this is, Bridge keeps saying it, and this is the biggest game of our season, guys. This is the biggest game in probably the last 7 years. Where we came from the 14th of February 2012, and look where we are now. And we need to win this game on Tuesday night against the Sheep to be up against the puddle drinkers. If we don't do that, what's it going to be like on here on Tuesday night?
Very, very quiet, I would think.
Well, very quiet, but we're angry. I mean, we've got players there who are earning big bucks and are not performing when they should have not stood up, going up to the plate and saying, "No, I'm the Rangers," especially Tavernier, "I'm the Rangers captain." But I feel tonight for me, although we played well in the first half, but the second half, get them off, and the manager.
Guys, what was the game we get beat 4-2 in Europe? Who was that against?
Villarreal.
Right, see that game? If you remember back to that game, I'm saying to myself,
no, it was,
what's happening here? We were running out of the tap and we created chance after chance after chance. What happened to us? They went up the park 4 times and scored 4 goals. That's the difference. We don't seem to be able to do that. And when we're talking about can he change our way of playing, I'm debating on that, guys, because I'm not sure that he can. And yet there was games in Europe where we did defend well. We defended as a team and then we hit them in the break. So it's not as if we've not done it. And we've done it against better teams than what we're playing against every week. So it must be a mentality thing. It's got to be.
Well, when they broke away, when we lost the ball...
Spartak Moscow it was, wasn't it?
Well,
Spartak.
it was pretty much 2-on-2. The ball gets played out to the left and he cuts it in. And the boy, let's not kid myself, he was on his own to put it in the net, wasn't he?
Yeah. Offside, by the way. You watch that again, you'll see he was offside.
I don't think so, Bridge. I've seen that a couple of times. I think he was, if you have another look, you'll find different. I thought that initially, but then when I seen it, I had to contradict myself, mate.
Okay, bud. Okay. I'll have a look at it later.
Mate, with different view, but...
See, as far as Stephen Davis is concerned, Ox, I'm so glad we brought him in on a loan because there was talk of buying him, wasn't there, bringing him up and giving him a contract and all that.
Oh, yes, mate, the manager said that today.
Oh, look,
Rudy, Steven Gerrard said yesterday that he'll be here next season. That was his exact words.
I don't know if I'd be happy with that. Not for what I've seen so far of him. I think if he's going to be here next season, he's got to seriously up his game because right now he's gave us next to nothing.
Nothing, exactly.
I just gave us next to nothing, Blue Star, and I don't know if I'd be happy to have him again here.
I think the lad Kamara played fabulous in the first half.
Yeah, he was
a big chunk of the second as well. Brilliant. But he seemed to be missing support. And that could have been because Arfield seemed to sort of disappear. I don't know if I'm using the right word when I say that, but he seemed to sort of drop out of the game, and it was left to Ryan Jack and Kamara to battle away against an additional midfielder. So I thought we did very well in the first half.
I've been critical of Arfield, and I'm being honest. I don't like being critical of any of my team, but there's certain times you've got to call it as you see it. See, since the game against Celtic, the guy for me has drifted in and out of games, and by that I mean it's not as if he's been scoring goals for us. But when I heard Stevie G the night when he got interviewed just before the kick-off, I'm telling you, I was shocked with what he said. The guy asked him about his team selection, and he turned around and said, the reason I play Arfield is because he puts his cell in good positions. I'm sorry. We're not paying any players to put their cell in good positions. We need more than that. And that worries me. That really worries me because it's one thing if you're stunning in certain areas waiting on a ball, but let's be honest, if you actually watch him over 90 minutes, how many times do you actually see him on the ball? You don't. You definitely don't. He drifts in and out of games so much, it's frightening.
You know, he got about 4 or 5 chances tonight in front of goal.
Absolutely. Bridgie had more chances tonight than he's had in the last half dozen games, and he never took one of them.
Poor, Barry. Some of the things were poor. Admittedly, as I say, that they did well blocking them, but my goodness, I think Weekend Day showed people this is what today. Put the ball up there and they postage stamps. Aim up there because otherwise, if you hit it low, which most folk want to do when they're in the area, keep it down a wee bit and don't balloon it, you know. But my goodness gracious, I thought Candace's goal was just a peach, an absolute peach. Brilliant stuff.
Wasted now, Brad. This is a trouble.
Absolutely gone, yeah. Everything about it. And by the way, what did you make of his... the guys were trying to celebrate with him, and he's walking about holding the jersey. Didn't he want to hug people?
Because of the stick he was taking for the away support.
Is that what it was?
George, I could feel the frustration in your voice, mate.
I'm absolutely gutted tonight.
Can you put your finger on what went wrong or combination?
Ox, I've been saying it all season, and I'm no pointing because these guys I'm about to mention are not to blame for this tonight. But like you were saying about Kent being off the boil tonight, we've had a few folk have had a pop at the big centre half, big young boy. Morelos is a young boy as well. We're quite a young team, Ox. Let's be honest about it. And I'm not blaming the guys. I'm not saying the guys were to blame for us not winning the day. But we're an inconsistent team. We're a young team. We're a team who can maybe be doing a couple of older heats. And I'm not saying Jermaine Defoe. By the way, I said about Steve Davis. I wanted Steve Davis, and Jimmy actually said it as well. If we could get Steve Davis 4 years ago, that's different. But bringing in Steve Davis for now is a different story. And again, everybody's got to say it's all right saying that now. Well, I said that at the time as well. Kamara's been a good signing. I knew nothing about him, but For me, I think we've been inconsistent. I think we've got quite a young team, a spina team. Big Worrell, the winger on the left, a young guy. Morelos is a young guy as well. So I think we've had a good season. I'm delighted. We were talking there 2 minutes ago about Arfield getting himself in good positions. Arfield should have put one just past the post tonight and put one over the bar. If they'd been in the back of the net, Ox, they good positions we've been hailing them tonight. You know what I mean? So
they didn't though, George. You know, that's the point. The point is they didn't. We've dropped an R2. So you can only talk to the game as you see it, George. You know.
But Gerrard said he gets himself in good positions, so that's he was right in that. Rudy, he does get himself in good positions. Yeah. He's not finishing the ball, but he does get himself in good positions. You've got to be there to have a chance. I mean, the one that Ryan Jack put on the crossbar the night as well, that's horrendous. I can't, it was on his bad fit, but that's horrendous. You should get that on target. You're 18 yards out. That should be on target. It's miles out of the bar, Rudy. Just daft things like that, Ken. Professional football players, you expect him to be on target. The one with Arfield, maybe one of them a bit quick, but he is in good positions. Look, I'm gutted tonight, but see, at the end of the day, I'm still happy with the season we've had, and I'm not getting up because I don't think they will drop points, but they can drop points and more, and we're all back to square one again. So I've had a good season. I'm happy with the way we're going. Gutted for the night and gutted for a few games, but compared to last season and a few other seasons, I'm still over the moon. Like,
all right, yeah. Look, everybody sees it slightly different. And obviously, when you've had a wee bit of signal like we've had tonight, we tend to overreact. You know, does that make sense, Bridgman?
That makes absolute sense, pal. I think you're right. You get a bit of a signal because our performance in the first half was absolutely outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Great stuff. There's no Rangers supporter would have said we were rotten or in any way. We just couldn't put the ball in the net, or as many chances, we couldn't put them away. I'd have been happy if we just tightened up at the back, don't let anything through, and boot the same as they were booting us, boot them. Boot them off the park so they can't and disturb their game. That's what I would have done in the second half. However, we didn't, and they came out and we were all guns blazing. They made a couple of wee changes, shoved the extra man in the midfield, and I'm afraid they won a lot of second ball that we were getting in the first half, and they weren't getting it at all. So
it was. If you look back, it was still the majority of the half was still us pushing. You know.
Oh yes, that's what I'm trying to. But I'm trying to say, I don't know what I'm trying to say really. I would rather we had a bit more strength in the midfield because that's where we lacked it. They pushed up, or they got an extra man in the midfield, and we didn't know it today, and they overran our midfield players, which put all the pressure on the centre halves. And the centre half started to crumble a wee bit at times. The pressure was enormous on our defence for sure. Enormous. What can anybody tell me what they thought of the Tavernier incident with that fan?
Well, we'll talk about
that Monday. Okay.
Can I make a wee point there as well? Just what Bridgman's saying there. I mean, see, and everybody's saying it as well. See, as much as I thought we were excellent in the first half, and like I said there 2 minutes ago, I think it should have been 3 or 4 in the first half. It wasn't if buts and maybes, but I think it should have been. I thought we were excellent in the first half. Just goes to show the swing a bit because Big Alan McGregor kept us in the game in the second half. We were hanging on at some parts of that game in the second half there. In the first half, if we had won 3 or 4 in the first half, or in the second half, they came out and they had beat us 2 or 3, you could have seen how it could have actually happened. And that's a disappointing thing. To go into that high in the first half to what happened in the second half that's inconsistency. That's what we need to improve on. And definitely going ahead to next season, we need to improve on that.
Yeah, then targets that first half performance, wasn't it? Beautiful interplay, wonderful to watch. If we could only could have found Morelos with a number of those last-ditch passes that we were putting through, some of them went astray. If we could only have found our men with those, we might have made a difference. But my goodness, in midfield, from defence through midfield, we were and right on top of our game. Marvellous to watch. I loved it.
Aye, but it was getting frustrating because we weren't getting the goal, and then you think this is going to be nothing each at half time. And GFK, I've seen this movie before.
Of course, aye. I mean, looking back in the whole season so far, you're back to rubbish games like the Livingston 1-0 game. You know, Motherwell 3 each. You know,
St Johnstone.
St Johnstone. We could go on and on, guys. You know, it was hard to Kilmarnock. We drew one each. Remember, we drew one each with Kilmarnock. It was a Wednesday night game, if I remember.
10 man. Couldn't beat 10 men.
Aye, Rudy. You know, and you look back at games like that. You know, the one that really stuck in my throat was the December game against the Sheep when they mugged us at Ibrox. You know, they beat us 1-0 that night. You know, and you know, and then the spoon burners a week before Christmas, not in each. We could go on and on, guys, but you know, this has been building up to this point. And but I don't think we're angry. I think we're more frustrated. And I think, for me personally, it's upsetting.
But Jimmy,
you know,
you've got to hold your hands up as well and say to yourself, well, it's all right to trying not to be too despondent, but at the same time, we know the league's earned. There's 9 games to go. That's 27 points.
Yeah.
We know we're not strong enough to pull that back.
Well, that was
so we've
coming
got
on
to be
Blue
better.
Star, you know, it's been building up to this, you know.
Absolutely.
We're at a situation here that it was our own doing, you know, and as Oxyar said there, no, it's read the book, worn the T-shirt, been here before, you know, and we have been the whole season. Well, some of the results we've got have been poor, and this is a catalyst there.
Jimmy.
And want to, you know, and that's upsetting because I know, and I think you guys know out there that we're a better team than what a lot of people give us credit for, and we showed it the night in the first half. I said again, that's the best football I've seen us play in a long time, and we just couldn't finish it in the last third. So the league's going to.
Did I say something to you then? Can I put it to you? I'm going to take this round the panel, so I'll go to George first and then Bridge. There's a lot of similarities between that and the Dundee game. Absolutely brilliant for about 35 minutes. And then what happened? So we get an issue. Is it fitness? I'm putting it out there. George?
I don't think it's fitness. I can't get exactly what you're saying. I can see what you're saying. I thought about that earlier on. It's the other game as well, Oxford. Was it the one each game and we battered them at Ibrox? I'm talking about Hibs. And I mean, we absolutely battered them. Was it one each? Drew them at Ibrox, or anyway, we drew one each with them. Absolutely battered them. And I couldn't see them getting back into the game. I just couldn't see how they would even get anything out of the game. And they'd done the exact same thing again, got a point out of the game. In the games where we were absolutely destroying teams, Ox, and we just can't get nothing out of it. Dundee absolutely destroyed them and couldn't get nothing out of it. And St Johnstone, the first game, and Alfie scored the 2 goals. I mean, we battered them for whatever amount of minutes, 80 minutes or something, until Alfie scored the goal. So it's like we can't, I don't know, we just can't finish teams off, Ox. And somebody said earlier on, it's about the 4-5-1. Again, we're saying it's a 4-3-3. Or it could be a 4-5 win the way you look at it, but I think sometimes you maybe need to change the formation and put 2 guys up there, because one guy running about up the top like English chickens maybe know the way you go. So I think we need to learn to just be able to change it. I don't think it's about fitness, it's about in-game changing and things like that, like Dick Advocat and these guys used to do. And again, he's a young manager, but I think a lot of it comes down, and I'm not blaming him, but I think a lot of it comes down to just being able to change it in the game there and then and make the difference, Ox.
All right, Bridge?
Yeah, I think that I'm saying it tonight. I thought we lacked fitness, particularly in the midfield. We ran out of legs. In my opinion, we ran out of legs. And that's not to say the guys weren't still running at the end, but we seemed to run out of legs. That team were smarter and faster than us in the midfield in the second half. That might be because they just moved up 5-10 yards, and that made the difference. They were able to pick the second ball up and get to it quicker than us. It might have been something as simple as that, and we maybe needed a wee change in the formation of our team to maybe to counter that. But it made us look as if we were running 10 yards, whereas in the first half we were moving just sideways or upwards, maybe 4 or 5 yards. We're getting the ball and we're passing 4 and 5 yard passes, which looked absolutely fabulous. In the second half, we didn't seem able to do that on a continuity basis. So I think we were struggling a wee bit in fitness. That's what I think.
JFK?
I think it's consistency, mate. Yep. Not in fitness, I suppose that, no, but look at the amount of points we've lost since December. Just if he's getting, I mean, in the middle of November, we beat Motherwell 7-1. Then after that, we beat Livingston 3-0. And then with the Villarreal game, and then we beat Hearts at Tynecastle. The Sheep beat us at Ibrox. Dundee, we drew 1 each. Hamilton, we beat 1-0. The Spoon Burners, we drew 0 each. St Johnstone 2-1, we beat them. Spoon Burners 1 each. And then we beat the Puddle Drinkers 1-0. And then the Kilmarnock, the Stevie Clark Brigade, beat us 2-1 in January. You know, and then after that, you know,
there's
you
other similarities. There's other similarities to that night. We pounded them. We should have
been 2 or 3. Kilmarnock Scottish Cup 0 each, took the replay. Right, St Johnstone, we drew 0 each the week after that in the league, and then we go and beat Kilmarnock 5-0 in the Scottish Cup. We beat Hamilton 5-0. We beat Dundee 4-0, and then we're back to this rubbish. They can't put the ball in the net. So, fitness, I don't know about fitness. I would say it's consistency. Blue Star said the other night, the maximum games we've won in a row this season has been 4. And we are all expecting Rangers to win 10 games in a row to win the league.
No harm. Jimmy, it won't.
You're right, Rudy. It's no harming. We can't even win 5 or 6 games in a row, never mind 10.
Since we beat them and had a month off, guys, I know we scored 14 goals in the 3 games, but bar the 3 games since our month off, we've been really poor. And that's a fact. So it's no fitness. We've brought in Kamara, who wasn't even getting games with Dundee at the end up. And the wee guy, if we're being truthful, out of the last half dozen games, he's been by far and away the best player we've had on the park. That's a fact. So it's no fitness. It's something. It's mentality. It's definitely mentality.
It's between that Blue Star mentality and lack of quality as well for me. But as far as the team goes, we're just not there yet. It's as simple as that. We still need a few pieces of the jigsaw.
Of course we do.
We've got some good players, you know, there's got some quality, there's no doubt in that. But we're just not there yet. See, when it comes to grinding out results, we don't have the players to do that just now. That's the problem, Blue Star. I don't think it's a fitness issue. I just don't think we have the quality. We've got players who can grind the result out.
Sorry, Rudy, I hit you by mistake. Can you come again, mate? Rudy?
Hello?
Sorry,
can you hear me?
That was a mistake. Carry on, mate.
All right. So it's all, man, you know, banging in goals for fun against the likes of Dundee and Hamilton. But when you come up against the likes of the Aberdeens and the Hibs and the Hearts, you know, you're going to have to grind results too. And we've proved we just don't have the players to be able to do that. They've proved it time and time again. As Stephen Gerrard said tonight, they've done this 5 or 6 times now. And so they have. They've just not managed to be able to grind the result out. In order to win a league title over the space of a season, all right, we want to see them playing football, great football, banging in goals, but like occasionally you're going to have to grind the result out, and we're just not capable. It's as simple as that. Just looks like we can't do it.
Our level of performance over 90 minutes has been really few and far between. We done it against them in the 29th. We although we only scored 1 goal, we were at it for the whole 90 minutes. But in other games, how many times have we done that, guys, over the season? We haven't. We've played brilliant football in patches. Again tonight, the first half we were exceptional. Second half we were off the pace. We were, and that's the thing.
Man, we've reached that time of the evening, mate. And we come, Bridge.
What can I say? Everybody's disappointed. And me more than most, I think. I'm absolutely gutted. And I'm raging. I don't know how everybody feels. All other Rangers, I don't know how you feel. I think we were cheated tonight in many parts of that game. Many parts. Never have I seen, mind you, it's Hibernian, so why not? But there must have been 4 or 5 red cards that team got away with. Seriously. However, to other Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here, please don't let it get you down, because we have to keep going. We'll get the rest of the games, as the guy said, we'll get 20-odd points to fight for the rest of the season. We need to finish second. No matter what happens, we need to be there. And we need to be up for Aberdeen come Tuesday. So everybody keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really need us. Keep it going.
All right, can I thank everybody for joining us? Can I thank Old School Blue and Fox for putting the show together? Everybody for taking part in the lobby. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back Monday night between 9 and 11, talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, Fox.
See them march on, marching on through the years of history. Let's held on high, for the jersey they will do or die. Fight for time, play the game with the badge of glory. Win, lose or draw, that's the Glasgow Rangers story. See them march on, banners high as they fly before you. Loyal and true, on the way to cheer the boys in blue. Follow the drill, marching on to the songs of glory. Win, lose or draw, that's the Glasgow Rangers story. See them march on, banners high as they fly before you. Loyal and true, on the way to cheer the boys